Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ones to Watch podcast. I am EP The Menace. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Today, we have an amazing show for you guys. We have my friend and Keith King, a legendary artist from Chicago who's played with everybody from Room 11, Alpina Noise, to the Circle View, and a whole lot more. Keith has got quite the extensive resume, and now he is working on his own project, To Groove You, and a whole lot more. We talked to Keith about surviving COVID, new music, beats, and working with all these amazing artists right here from Chicago. So log on to black.radio.com if you like what you hear. Remember that it is brought to you by Audacy. Audacy is a great streaming platform for music and podcasts. They have a little bit of everything from news and politics to sports and entertainment. Log on to Audacy.com and find Black.radio and listen live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right here on Black.radio. All right, y'all, coming up, Keith King, the man, the myth, the legend. Right here on the Ones to Watch podcast, only from Black.radio. Y'all stay tuned. Oh man, we rocking with Keith King, producer, drummer extraordinaire, artist extraordinaire, man, what's going on, man? I'm glad you could rap with me, man. It's all good.
Well, I'm blessed, Brother Ed, man. It's a long time coming, man. So I just want to thank you for allowing me to come on Black Dot Radio to,
for sure.
Just to shoot the breeze a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So
it's been a minute, man. I ain't seen you in a while, man.
Absolutely, man. This COVID, man.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, Brother William and Alpina Noise. Like we was rehearsing and having shows coming up, lining them up or whatever. And then boom, I got sick with COVID and then that was it.
What happened with that, man? You got sick about the last year around this time?
Yes, sir. Like I literally, cause just to go back a little bit, applying for, I had to go, for the day job I was working at the time, I had to go get a physical.
Okay.
And I went to the clinic, did the whole physical and all of that. And all I know is it was that, I'll never forget it. It was that last Sunday in March of 2000. And it was a Sunday morning and I was feeling kind of tired. I'm thinking nothing of it. I'm like, okay, I'm a little bit sleepy or whatever. Maybe I just need some rest or whatnot. So came home that Sunday. But then didn't think nothing of it. And then came home that Sunday. It just, I said, okay, I'm going to go to sleep because I'm tired. This is what I'm thinking. I'm going to go to sleep because I'm tired. So, okay, Monday comes around. I'm still tired. So now I'm thinking, okay, do I have a cold? Or do I have a flu or something like that? Because I'm checking my temperature and, it was up there, like 100, 103, something like that. So wow. I'm thinking, I'm just thinking it's the regular flu. Didn't think too much of it. So take a little medicine or whatever, lay back down. Tuesday came around. Okay. Now I know it's getting serious right now because now it's to the point to where I can't smell anything. I'm having cold sweats.
Wow.
I can barely, it was to the moment I knew it was real when I could barely get up. You know what I'm saying? Wow. It's like, it's like literally standing up and then 2 seconds later, falling back down. And it's like, okay, this is not normal. Wow. And by the grace of God, my sister walked past my room and she looked at me like, hey, do you need me to call the hospital? And I look, because, us being men, I ain't going to no doctor for what?
Right.
This evening, I'm like, no, we might have to make that call or whatnot. So,
wow.
I'm saying? My sister called the ambulance or whatnot. And it was like I was holding my own until they got there. But then it was like, okay, can you walk to the ambulance? And Brother Ed, when I tell you I was so weak, I couldn't get up. They had to literally bring in the stretcher and put me on the stretcher and take me out to the ambulance. So ended up staying in Ingles.
Okay.
Go to Ingles, they checked me in, ran all the tests. They was like, yep, you got COVID.
Damn.
So they was like, yeah, we're going to have to get you a room ASAP. So mind you, the whole time I was just reflecting on It's like, okay, God, this like because like that was truly a walk with God moment because I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. It was like, okay, God, if this is my last hurrah, then let me make peace. Because again, like I tell folks, when people think this COVID is a hoax or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
it ain't. It's real out here. It's real out here. So because me being a survivor of that, yes, COVID is real. So, but in that or whatever, I stayed in there for about a week and some change. Came home and I was quarantined for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
2 weeks. Now, mind you, you know what I'm saying, my body is, and again, even now, I still feel some of the effects from it, but I can still function and stuff like that. But I knew it was a change of my body or whatnot.
Okay.
So, got home quarantined for 2 weeks, and even then, just getting back to the rhythm of things, just breathing and trying to walk again and things of that nature or whatever. So it was a slow process. But what's unfortunate is the day that I came home from Ingles, from the hospital, my mother ended up having the same symptoms. So I come home I literally come home a week later, and now my mother is on her way to the hospital for the same thing. And again, we not knowing what it is. So I'm home quarantining, and my mother's in the hospital. And so after the 2 weeks I've quarantined, I think my mother came home probably 3-4 weeks later. So I can say right now, we're both COVID-19 survivors.
Damn, dude, that's good, man. I'm glad that you was able to make it through that, bro. Because I mean, for a while I thought maybe this thing was a hoax. At the beginning, I'm like, how can this really be a real thing affecting the world? I'm thinking this has got to be some kind of hoax or something, like,
right.
It's real. It hit home,
Yeah.
Because I didn't really know that many people that had it. I mean, a handful of people I know. A friend of mine that did actually pass away. Rest in peace, Bob.
God bless you.
Man, I'm glad you. What was the treatment like when you were in the hospital? What did they do for you?
Okay, so when I was first admitted, and they gave me my own separate room, they gave me oxygen, a little oxygen mask or whatever to help with the breathing and all that. And so they was pretty much just giving me I forgot the actual antibiotic, like the actual prescription or whatever, but they was giving me
antibiotics.
Yeah, giving me that to like every. I was taking. I remember I was taking probably 2, maybe 3 groups of pills, probably every 6 hours. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to, again, just to help regulate my system again. So it's like, I kid you not, every 6 hours, a doctor come in, pills, water, boom, 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 boom. So, and then they try, and I knew something was wrong because some people, they had their loss of smell. Mine was a loss of appetite. I could not eat for the first 4 or 5 days because I didn't have a taste for it. Only thing I was doing was drinking water or the little bit of juice they just tried to give me, but I could not eat anything. That's how bad my appetite went out the window.
You just had no appetite, or you just couldn't hold food down?
No, it was like literally no appetite. I couldn't eat, and whatever it is I tried to eat, it was no taste. It was no taste.
Really? So that's true. Like no taste, no smell.
It is true. Yeah, true. Yeah, that is true. So, like I said,
now how long did that last though before you were able to smell and taste things again?
So it was after me being. So I say after the first week of home quarantine, I started to get my appetite back.
Okay.
And so after spending 1 week in the hospital and then 1 week home quarantine, I say after that, started getting my taste back a little bit. And then once the taste came back, it was on the pop. Uber Eats was getting all my money.
I still have never done that. Never done Uber Eats.
I was on Uber Eats and DoorDash like crazy because like, okay, I'm home quarantine. I can't go nowhere. So
right.
Next week going around, okay, KFC, boom, Subway, boom. Okay, what's this? This place sells ribs. Okay,
Sign me up.
I'm telling you that, right? Because when that appetite came back, it was on the popping. I'm like, so, but yeah, it took, yeah. So tally the week that I was in the hospital, and then tally the following week I was home quarantined for 1 day. For 1 week. But yeah, it took me a good 15, 16 days before the appetite came back to me. Mind you, I still have 1 more week of home quarantine. And that last week, it was, yeah.
You were all right.
Uber Eats, DoorDash, getting all my money. Or what was left of it.
Wow, that's crazy, man. So how do you think you contracted COVID?
So it could be a couple of things because, during that time that I wasn't, because again, at this point, we didn't know what it was.
Because it was right at the beginning of the whole pandemic.
It was like literally
right
at the beginning of it. And then, cause again, it's like just going all out about, no mask on, and being in public places. Like, again, it's like, because, what I'm saying, people kept asking me, what I'm saying, how did you get it? And I'm saying, I tell them, I honestly don't know, because before we knew what it was, I was just a lot of public places. Last public place I was in was the clinic that I went to. But again, nobody knew because, again, like I said before I was going to get my physical for the job I was doing at the time, just out and about. I'm saying just out and about, regular places, not paying no attention, not paying no mind to it. But again, I could always backtrack to before I got it real bad. The last place I was at was the clinic where I went to go get my physical. But again, you probably had contracted it way before then. You know what I mean? Right, exactly, right. And at that point, I didn't know or whatnot. So
because I'm on public transportation for the longest, and
right.
Luckily for me, like when this whole thing like really jumped off, I wasn't really taking the train that much. You know what I'm saying? But I still was. So by the grace of God, I never, at least I don't think so, knock on wood, contracted it because some of the symptoms, like you're tired and fatigue and your muscle aches, that's me on a regular day. That's me right now. You know what I'm saying? When I'm healthy as a jaybird, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. That was another thing. Body was just purely aching. Knees ache, all the joints, knees, elbows, you know what I'm saying? You name it. It was real. That's
me on a regular day. I'm always aching and paining, like all the time, But so I'm like, I wouldn't even know if I had it if it was just for that. Now maybe losing my taste and smell, maybe that would have caused it. But getting tired, I've had my bouts with fatigue and stuff like that. But but also I never been
yeah. So, and again, and it's like me being a big guy. I always been, I get my moments where I get fatigued and whatnot. But I knew this had nothing to do with my weight. This was a different type of. This is a different fatigue or whatnot. And again, I've been asthmatic most of my life or whatever. So you know what I'm saying, I've always had asthma pumps and stuff like that. But I knew this was different. This wasn't the norm as far as me being tired and being fatigued, stuff like that. So I knew something was up.
They say the people that are more likely to get it are people with pre-existing conditions like asthma, diabetes, people that are overweight, things like that. So, do you think that after surviving COVID, you're going to make some lifestyle changes so that you won't have these different situations?
That's definitely a must. And definitely, saying, watching my diet has to change or whatnot, especially especially now, especially if I'm gonna go back into doing what I love to do as far as being a musician and stuff like that. I definitely have to get on. I hate to do it, but yeah, it has to be done. And
baby steps, man.
Yeah, it's baby steps or whatever, but definitely some changes does have to come about or whatnot. But it's like you said, baby steps, not gonna happen overnight. But I know me being, based on the fact that I am a COVID-19 survivor, is just certain things that I was, again, because you 20, you don't care. 30, you pretty much just doing whatever, but it's like, okay, now I understand the importance of drinking water and taking your vitamins and, getting the nutrients in your body that you need to function in life. And I never thought at my age, like, okay, now I see why they's popping all of those Wonder Days and getting all of those, those supplement. So I'm at that stage now. Even now, it's like even for me to function, taking Wonder Days and supplements, and so it's real out here.
I've been on that for a long time, dude. Today a lady asked me, she's like, "You want a Pepsi?" You know, I'm being people career, and that's another thing. How I'm surprised that I didn't catch it because I'm in and out of people's houses all day long, right?
Right.
This lady today, you know, just randomly like, "You want a Pepsi?" I'm like, "Lady, I ain't drunk a regular pop in over 30 years." You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like a ginger ale or the occasional rum and coke or something like that. But like having a pop, like, let me go get me a Pepsi or something like that. Nah, man. I stopped drinking pop when I was in high school. Now I might age myself a little bit, but that was like 1990. So I have stopped drinking pop for over 30 years, bro, and red meat. So I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but I don't know.
It's definitely, you know, again, that's one of the things that to survive it, you know. But even before I caught COVID, it was just more about your sugar intake or whatnot, and how and then, you know, saying, because even going back when I was out there just doing shows every Saturday and Sunday or whatnot, and I noticed that the sugar intake definitely will determine how long you can last on stage and whatnot. So I tried my best before, like every like most shows that I've done, I try to cut away from like the heavy sugar stuff, like the Cokes and the Pepsis and stuff like that. Just try to stick to just drinking like water.
Cut that out.
Even now, like got Gatorade right here, so it's like try to stick to
even with Gatorade, you got to be careful of how much sugar is in it, because you know
absolutely
you got to understand what Gatorade is supposedly designed for. It's designed for when you are at your maximum athletic output. And when you are depleted, they're supposed to put back your sugars and your salts. Okay,
right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right,
and the occasional when you're drunk or hungover, you could drink a little Gatorade to get yourself back. When it's for when you're extremely dehydrated.
Right, exactly.
Other than that, you don't really need Gatorade. Gatorade is more of a want than a need. You know what I mean?
That's true. That is true.
Just drink straight water all the time. You know, make get yourself hooked on water, even if you have to just put like a little bit of lemon juice. Something like that, just for a little bit of flavor.
Absolutely.
That's all you need. And you will start to see a dramatic difference just with that. Just with that. You cut out all the sugary stuff.
Right. And that's what it's like.
A dramatic difference. I promise you.
That's what it is. Like
you'll notice that your energy levels will go up too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But even when I was doing shows, it's like I try not to get those, because again, it's like you doing, well, for me, I was doing 45 to an hour, maybe an hour and a half type of sets or whatnot. You know, I know it's like, okay, that sugar is like the sugars in my beverages was draining me out. So like, you know, like water is the key of life. So
it is. And the thing is with those sugary beverages and things that are highly caffeinated, they make you feel good, but then you crash.
Yes.
Crash and burn. And I got off of that stuff a long time ago too. I was like, nah, I can't do that. Even with coffee. Now I'm big on coffee. I drink a lot of coffee, but I don't put a lot of sugar in it.
I need my iced coffee. Like I'm an iced coffee fan.
Yeah.
I gotta have my fraps. I gotta have my, you know, but even then, just regular iced coffee with hazelnut flavoring or whatever. So that's a guilty pleasure, man.
But that's a lot of sugar.
I know.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
I know.
So I mean, I know stuff like that is hard to kick, but it's once you make it up in your mind that you're gonna say, I'm gonna change this.
Absolutely.
When you start wondering, you're gonna be like, do I really want that? And then you can make that choice. No, I don't. And then when you make that choice, you're gonna be like, yeah, I did it. And then you can do it again and feel that same feeling again. Get that big old thing of water. See, you got your Gatorade, I got this full of water. But it's all good, you know?
Right. But I'm like that with pop now.
Okay.
Whatever. You know, because I mean I do an occasional can of pop, but compared to how I was in my 20s and my 30s, you could tell me nothing. I'm drinking 2 liters, like I'm just
I remember those days.
Like it's nothing, you know. Right. But now it's like, no, I got to get some, like you said, flavored water or something with less sugar in it or whatever. Because again, I'm older now, so it's like I definitely have to be aware of what's going on in my body.
Yeah, and you
said, it's baby steps, and then just no. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I was just, like you'll see the difference, man. Once you decide to make a change and stay on it,
right.
You'll never turn back. And you're not much of a drinker. You don't like drink alcohol and stuff like that.
No, it's like even with that, it's like on occasion or whatnot. So like literally, I can honestly say it's been months since I still drink my beer every now and then, but it's not like a weekly occurrence where I'm throwing back a Budweiser or something like that. But even when it comes to hard liquor, it's like I haven't had like light or dark liquor in months. So it's like it's always an occasional. I might get cranberry and vodka, or if I go dark, my drink of choice is apple Crown Royal or something like that. But again, it's just occasional. Just occasional. It's not.
I've become the very modest drinker. I don't really drink that much at all anymore. But I mean, as I say that, I got a bottle of Macallan empty sitting right here. The Glenlivet just sitting over here. But that's beside the point. We ain't talking about me. But I drink at the crib. I don't. But I used to drink a lot more. But as I've gotten older, for one thing, I don't know if this is TMI, but I just can't. I can't hold it as much as I used to. It ain't like I'm out there throwing up or nothing like that.
And I'll see people get that drunk. But I
losing cool points, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing worse than being like out on the date or something like that. You having a few drinks and you keep saying, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. You go like 4 or 5 times before they get up once.
I've never went that far out in public because I like to be alert and aware of my surroundings. Yeah. So I never got that drunk to where I don't know what happened the next day. But again, with teach his own, but it's like for me, I like to be alert and aware of my surroundings in public settings and whatnot. So,
See, it's not even like that. It's not like I'm getting drunk. It's like, for TMI's sake, it's like if I have a drink, it's like 3-1, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. If I have one beer, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom like 3 times off that beer. Right, if absolutely. I have 2, that's 6. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right. And I ain't even drunk. I'm not even halfway buzzed. Right, but I got to go to the bathroom like 6, 7 times. And I'm like, man, I'm losing a cool point every time I got to get up and go to the bathroom. So, absolutely. So that's me with beer and anything else. So that's when I decided to just, drink a little bit of whiskey or something like that, or some kind of spirit, and just chill. It ain't about getting drunk for me. Not at all. Right. I ain't even on that. Absolutely. But I ain't really, I just started going back to bars and stuff and hanging out just because I like to get the hell out the house.
Well, especially now because I know people, with this COVID-19 has been very challenging, whether people are dealing with the virus or just the way the world is operating now with everything shut down. And
I know,
and I feel very, just a rest in peace to the 500,000 people in America alone that was unfortunate to survive the virus. But even with that, you still had some people, just all over the world, there's some people that was in situations where, you locked in your house. And for some of those homes, it was very toxic. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was domestic abuse or, just people just going out, like mental abuse. It was just a lot of things with inside the home, and those people didn't have an option to go elsewhere or whatnot. So my heart goes out to them too. That they have to be, confined to that space during the lockdown or whatnot. But I think right now, people just have a want and a need to get back to the regular or whatnot.
Yeah, and me too. Yeah.
And slowly but surely, I believe it will get to that. We just gotta, and again, just be patient. Just be patient, trust the process. And eventually it will get there, but I think just people are just hungry just to get back.
Oh yeah, I'm thirsty for shows, bro. I'm thirsty for shows, and I had to think about this because I talked to my buddy, Todd, right? Todd. I've talked to him a few times, and I had to think about what was the last show that I went to, right? And you know what? I had to think about this for a while because him and I went to a couple of shows together, but I was like, wait a minute. It was the Circle View at the Elbow Room because it was like December of 2019. That might have been one of the last shows I went to.
That was actually the last show. The last show was at with the circle view
Yep.
at the Elbow Room, and I believe that was one of the last nights. It's before the Elbow Room shut down.
Was
for
gone,
good.
right? Yeah,
was gone for good. So
rest in peace to
that
the
was
Elbow Room. Jeez,
I don't know.
that's a great place, man.
Room. That was my old stomping grounds, as they say.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Man, I've done so many shows at the Elbow Room. It's insane. But
I mean, hey, but everybody in Chicago that's halfway decent. So I mean, damn, dude. I mean, come on.
But yeah, technically that was the last live show that I've done, and then after that, I was preparing to do shows with Alpina Noise or whatnot,
right?
And then and again we was getting.
Y'all was getting ready to do it because we had shows booked. We was doing some stuff. I talked to Will, and we was working on doing like a series of things, and all of a sudden, boom, everything stops. I'm like,
everything stopped.
And I was like, God, dog.
Yep. So that definitely just mentally took a toll on me because I was at a point to where not necessarily I don't know if I want to do this anymore, but again, it's like when your body is different.
Yeah.
You miss a step. And I'm not going to even hold you to it, but especially when I got sick or whatever, it was like, just the lack of confidence in my playing because I wasn't able to or whatnot.
Right.
And then fast forward a little bit. This is probably after survival COVID and stuff like that. I want to say June of 2020. Because shout out to William and the whole Alpina Noise camp or whatnot. They, kept in touch with me or whatnot. And me and William just kept talking or whatnot because, we were both, William just being concerned about my health and all of that. And what came to it was just a few conversations and it was like, okay, Keith, how you feeling? Keith, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? It was more, how was I feeling? Because,
right.
Because I'm in this new situation and I'm the drummer. He just wanted to just make sure that I was on the up and up. So I want to say about around June, I was like, okay, I want to see if I still got it. I want to see if I still got it. I want to play something. So I called my because at this point, and I don't know if William told you this story, but
tell it.
Long story short.
Okay.
And I'll let William go into details about that. William ended up doing a restructuring of the band. I'll just leave that.
That means some people got fired. I know what that means. Restructuring my
restructuring
ass. Of the
band.
Okay.
So yeah,
right.
so
I got you.
Let's just say I ended up getting the drummer seat. And,
okay.
Like for real. And then it's like, okay, well, do you know anybody that plays bass? And I was like, okay, well, I know a guy. That my guy named Adam or whatever, he plays in my band To Groove You, and that's more on the the Roots, Mint Condition, Dave Matthews Band type rap. So that's actually my band.
To Groove You. Now I thought it was a electric mothership.
So
I thought that was your
electric. Yeah, that's a correction. Shout out to Electric Mothership, but that's not my group. It was a group that was a group that I was helping them out or whatever, just to get some ideas down or whatever. But it's like I had to, step away from that project because, you know what I'm saying, Alpina, look, it's like, you get so much on your plate or whatnot. And it's like, I would love to be over here. And it's like, and shout out to them or whatever, but it was like, okay, I have these other priority projects that I had to, take heed to. So
you got to understand, man, you're a black drummer and you good. You are the most covered thing in all of musical Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So you are highly talented.
I appreciate that.
Everybody wants you. Because I think actually Will had sent me a message like, hey man, I need a new drummer. Good drummers. I was like, Keith King is the top of it's the cream of the crop right now. Like you can't get no better than him.
I appreciate that, man. And I'm humbled enough to say there are drummers that can outplay me. But one thing that, and again, it's not to brag or boast, there are no other drummers like me. Yeah, they can play better than me. They have all the chops and all of that, but there's only one me. So I definitely appreciate that I can say with confidence. There's only one me. There's only
Right
one
on.
me. So that being said, or whatever, it was just more of my brand. I know it's in backwards, but it was just
No,
more
it's
about.
perfect. It's perfect.
I'm at a point.
Groove to you.
I'm just more at to groove you. Yes. So
to
it
groove
was
you.
just
My
more
fault.
about
To groove you. I got
to
it. I
groove.
wrote it down.
That's all right. It's new. It's new. Don't worry about it. So it was, you know what I'm saying? Because, and this is a sidebar, and I came up with that name because, you know, if you ever heard the Audacy Brothers album back in '95 called Mission to Please, and I was thinking like, well, that's my mission is to groove you. So I was like, okay, to groove you, that's my mission is to groove you. So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna try to come up with something clever. Like, well, I'm gonna try to come up with a clever font for it. So I did the Roman numeral 2, and then groove is like, you know what I'm saying, had his own spelling or whatnot, just to try to separate myself from the rest of the pack. So
All right.
to groove you, that's my band, my brand or whatnot. And even now, I'm still, you know what I'm saying, finalizing some things or what, but just know the name is mine. That's mine. So
right on.
I'm saying I took care of that business.
so you got you got a group like of other players? Are you guys recording some stuff or what?
So right now my band is on hiatus right now. So my main focus is working with Alpina Noise and just get back to that story. Call my guy Adam. He plays bass. He actually plays with me and my band. But William was like, "Do you know any bass players?" So I'm like, "Oh, my guy William, he plays." And shout out to Adam or whatnot. And I was like, my guy Adam plays bass or whatnot. And Adam is one of those guys that, you know, if you give him enough time to learn the material, he's going to have it down. He's going to have it down right in the pocket or whatnot. So call Adam or whatnot. And then a few rehearsals in, I think we were confident enough to go in and actually record Bastards, actually, or whatnot. So that led to that session. And shout out to Andy and Prescott, because those guys are the one that engineered and recorded the session or whatnot. So that was a good 2 days. And mind you, that was about 2 months after surviving COVID.
Wow.
That was the first time I played drums in 2 months. Doing that.
Really? You didn't even have the energy to practice or anything like that?
I mean, like I said, we did a couple of rehearsals, got through that or whatnot, and then I'm saying after that, I'm saying a couple of months back after COVID. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So but the proof's in the pudding. It was like it's something. It's like I tell people like, yo, just when you think that you don't have the energy to do something, when it comes to what you're passionate about,
right, the
energy will come from anywhere. So all I know is that first day I got in there setting up, and again, I'm still low key tired, but when that click track came in my head, it's like when I started playing, I was like, okay, it felt like I never had it. That's how passionate it was. So again, that went for 2. Yeah, so about 2 sessions. I did one session, and then I had to come back and do some overdubs and some stuff like that or whatever. But yeah, and I always say that the Bastards album is always going to be special to me because that's my first album surviving COVID.
That's your triumphant return right there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me ask you about like when doing tracking and stuff like that. I've been watching lots of different videos about how modern music is kind of computer generated versus perfection versus imperfection. Right. Like a lot of the music that we grew up with was beautiful in its own because it was not perfect.
Exactly.
Nowadays, you can make stuff absolutely perfect, exactly in time. A lot of times, like you being a drummer, you play everything in time as best you can, but it's never going to be 100% perfect, right?
Exactly.
How important is that to you? And being a drummer, having everything perfect or leaving the beautiful imperfections?
Well, here's the thing, because drummers are natural metronomes anyway. So when it gets to the point, I know for me, and I tell a lot of people this: if I'm in the studio, I gotta have a metronome in my ear. Okay. So, but it's not to say that my timing sucks, but I need to be as accurate as possible when I'm playing. So if it's like a simple 4/4 groove, 1, 2, 3, I need to be
Stay right there.
I need to be right there. So that way I'm in the pocket and I can play the groove the way that it's meant to be played or whatnot. So that's for me. And again, like you said, like from that perspective, it's not meant for you to be perfect, but it's to be locked in to what the BPM is and making sure that it flows correctly without, dragging or speed it up. It's just, for me, it's just to remind me, okay, this is where we are. This is where we are. So, you know what I'm saying?
Because you can drift a little bit. Even if you drift with just a half a step or whatever, you can drift. And that's why you got to have that tick.
Yeah. So, but even with that or whatever, it's like, anything that sounds too perfect, I mean, you really, if it's going to, and it's just me, like, it's so much computer software out here to where you can program beats to sound like 100% professional. And it's like, if you don't go that route, don't even waste your money and your time on a human drummer.
Exactly. You'll never be able to, you can't mimic that. You can't.
Yeah, absolutely. In my lifetime, I've heard people talk about technology taking over. I'm like, let me tell you something. You can have all the drum machines, all the Pro Tools and Logics and Studio Ones and Fruity Loops, all you want to. No technology on earth will ever replace the human emotion.
I agree, 110%. I 100% agree.
And
they're correcting too much and making it too perfect, too much.
And that takes away from, like you said, you know what I'm saying, we old school. So those old James Browns, those old, Parliaments, the old Shattered Family Stones, the old school OJ, like the old Audacy brothers. It's like you could tell that it was a human connection with the live musicians that was in those studios at the time or whatever. So it's
funk is based off of the imperfection, right? It Absolutely. Is. It's based off the one, but it's like you got to kind of sometimes what they call a syncopation, where you just before the beat, like right before or behind the beat. That's Absolutely. An imperfection. That's beautiful. And it's warm. It's something special about that, Right. You can't mimic that with a drum machine. And
not at all.
You shouldn't try to correct it unless it's too far out.
And it sounds, and to the point, it gets to the point where it's too artificial. You see what I'm saying? And that's like I said, if it's too artificial, then don't even waste your time on a human drummer, because it's like, again, it's just something about what's coming from that human that's authentic, that makes it the live music. And I use that word loosely, authentic or whatever. They'll say, we did this live in the studio. Did you really? Based on
y'all were all together in the studio. Y'all was living. That's what they mean. Right. Live in the studio.
Y'all took the picture and it's like, okay, we're gonna go on this laptop. But I mean, teach his own. But it's like,
for me, that's where a lot of the disconnect comes from, because it's like it lost it. The music has lost its humanity in a lot of aspects, especially in popular music. Mm-hmm. It's too computerized. It's too perfect. It's lost the warmth. It's lost the emotion, true emotion, the musical emotion. People can talk about their feelings all they want, but it's like, can you convey that through the real music and the chord changes and all of that? Can I feel the warmth? You know what I'm saying? And it's absolutely, it's completely different than it was 30, 40 years ago.
And again, I'm a firm believer there's a place for everything. And I believe when it comes to perfect, unless you're doing hip hop, some type of R&B or whatnot, those situations, the idea the beat got to be tight and stuff like that. When it comes to authentic art, like authentic funk, authentic rock, you know what I'm saying, whether it's even with punk rock, metal, or whatever, that needs to be live. Like, okay, 1, 2, okay, go, and just play, right? So because even some of the rock albums, most of those songs, they're playing, but again, it's like you sync it up with a metronome.
It wouldn't sync, right? It wouldn't sync. It wouldn't sync, right?
It was the engineer with one of those, old school tape. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Old school rear to wheel.
Exactly.
Like okay, play.
There was a difference back then because they had tape. And it took so much to edit and do things like that. Right. They decided that, do we try to make it perfect or do we live with good enough?
Right.
And a lot of times what you heard was good enough. You know,
good enough, right?
Good
exactly.
Enough. And you don't know the difference because it sounds awesome. It sounds great. And that's why we grew up listening to the imperfections, and it's perfectly fine. Everything is perfectly fine. If you want to break everything down, you can make it all perfect, but it wouldn't be the same. It's totally not the same.
But here's what tripped me out though, and you probably know, well, it's probably been on every commercial, any episodes of Simpsons or whatever. But it's this, that song that goes do 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 do.
Oh yeah. That's in the kind of DeVita, right?
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That organ solo at the beginning. Come to find out, they said the guy passed out doing when they was tracking. And he passed out. I don't know what special juice or he was on, but
he was on something.
That intro wasn't supposed. It was just supposed to be for that first part of the song. He's supposed to be playing that for the entire song, and he actually passed out doing the tracking, but they just kept playing. I didn't know that. I was like, oh my God.
That's an interesting story, man. That's crazy.
So, but I mean, if you Google it, it's there, but I just couldn't think of the name off the top of my head. So
it's funny. I know that song because back in the day, way back in the day,
yeah.
I used to like hang out and roadie for this band, and they would always, they covered that song and they would play it like every time they play it. That's how I knew that. I know that riff. And they would, they would kill it, man. Shout out to KP, Corporal Punishment.
Absolutely.
That song all the time. And that's how I know that. In the car of the Vita, baby.
Right. So that just brought up, the imperfections, like how imperfections can just bring out the most beautiful art in the song or whatever. And that song reminded me of imperfections in the song or whatever.
Oh, yeah. And you know what else I really don't like is auto-tuning. Like for voicing and singing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When that first came around, I was like, what is this? I mean, I thought everybody had to know how to sing on key and sing on key and nail it every time.
Right. And even with T-Pain and whatnot, because he was the guy, and to this day, he's still the king of auto-tune or whatever. But the way that he was using it, it was like an instrument opposed to correcting. You know what I'm saying? Because T-Pain, natural voice, him singing, he can sing. He was using autotune as an instrument opposed to, well, I sound like trash. I'm just gonna use autotune for the rest of these songs. But yeah, I was like, even with the autotune, that's just to fine tune. But when you using it to correct people that can't sing word for it, you know what? Then it becomes that it becomes a clutch. Right.
I was watching this video on like old school singers like Aretha, Layla Hathaway, all those old school, and they were talking about how that generation they grew up with music in school, where you went to music class and we learned how to sing on key. Yeah. We learned Every Good Boy Does Fine. We learned all of those things, and those girls and guys, they grew up learning music in school. Then they would really get their practice in church, where they would sing, play,
absolutely.
And do all of those things. And then by the time they did all of those things through all high school and all their younger years, when they finally got older into college and all that stuff or whatever, then they started performing professionally. They had all that time and training to learn how to sing. Yeah. Now, since they've taken a lot of that music out of school,
which they should bring back, but that's another topic.
Right.
That's another topic, but go ahead.
But what they were saying is that these singers now, for one, they can't sing. They don't know how to sing, meaning like they don't know the mechanics of how to sing.
Absolutely.
Like you can't go on tour if you don't know how to sing. Like you need to sing for power. You need to be able to come from here and be able to do 20, 30 shows in a month for a tour. And if you blow your voice out over the first couple nights, you're gonna lose your money. But they don't train. They don't develop artists like that anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a lack of. I think it just comes from a lack of being passionate about your crafts or whatnot. Because even for me, I'm still practicing, like even with drumming, you know what I'm saying, rudiments and make sure my timing is correct and placement and stuff like that. And what I found is people want to be in the spotlight, but don't want to put in the work to stay in this. Yeah, you get in the spotlight, but are you putting forth the work to stay in it? You see what I'm saying? It's like, like you said, those artists back in the day, they worked hard at their craft. Worked hard at their craft, so they could go out there and do a 1 hour, 2 hour show and still be
and
at the top.
Voice still be right there, dude.
Right.
I remember. I don't know how long it was. It was maybe 2008, somewhere around in there. And I got a chance to take my mother to go see Nina Simone. Okay.
Wow,
Nina Simone was about, oh my God, she was maybe in her 80s or something like that. She was old. This was, I swear to God, she
the
played,
later years. Yeah.
This was the last year, I want to say. I mean, I want to say like, we saw her at the Chicago Theater, something like that downtown.
Wonderful.
And maybe about a year or so later, she passed away.
Wow.
Well, the point I'm trying to make is she was 80 years old and her voice was perfect. It was beautiful. Now, she's got a very unique voice to begin with,
yes, she does.
But it was impeccable. And that's 30, 40, 50, 60 years of tuning your craft to the absolute perfection.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Even now, especially this past Sunday, you know what I'm saying, being Resurrection Sunday, you know, I'm saying if you got something break that, but even watching the verses with Earth, Wind and Fire and the Audacy Brothers, just to see Philip Bailey and Verdine and Ronald and Ernie's, you know what I'm saying, they're up there again. They still sound like the records they was doing back in the day. It's like I'm like, man, you don't see that no more. It's not like, yo. So you mean to tell me that these seasoned vets that's of age still sound like the records they put out 20, 30 years ago, and these new cats can't last on stage for an hour? I'm missing something. You
know, man, I think, I don't know, man, but like you say, like these older cats, man, they'll sing and perform circles around these newer cats.
Yes, absolutely.
Circles, especially the girls. And I ain't trying to pick on just the women, but you know, it's a different game for the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I don't know, man. I mean, besides Beyonce, who's your, like, you know, I don't even consider her to be a great singer, to be honest with you. That's just my personal preference. But, I mean, do you consider her to be like a really good singer?
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I think Beyonce is a great entertainer, and I'll just leave it at that. She's a great entertainer. She's popular and stuff like that. But you want to talk vocals? I'm gonna give you my top five and this is more in the R&B scene or whatnot. Right. Number one, Jill Scott. That's number two, Keke Wyatt.
Ooh, okay.
Keke Wyatt. Say what you want, but I'm put Jennifer Hudson in there.
Okay. She don't have the hits, but she's got the voice.
She got the voice. Four, Layla Hathaway. I'm putting her in there. And then who can I put for number? You know what? You feel number five, but that's
number four. Five for me.
Yeah, you throw five in there. You throw five in there.
You already said Jill Scott. You talking about Jill. Women? Oh my God. I mean, I mean, go ahead.
Well, God, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the voice. Whitney Houston. I got to put Whitney in there.
Yeah. Whitney Houston. If she was still alive, yes. Definitely. Would you put Erykah Badu in there? Do you think she's got the same kind of voice?
It's soulful. Erykah Badu is just on another planet with her vocals or whatever. It's like Erykah's voice, one of those voices that it would definitely take higher. Like you definitely smoking that stuff. Yes, Erykah can sing, but it's her voice. It would definitely take you to another planet. So yes, absolutely.
But Jill Scott though, Jilly from Philly.
Jill Jill just have that sultry voice that, man, if you like, it's one of those. If she ever did an Audible book or whatever, I just listen to her voice.
Well, she was a poet. Yeah. So she's got incredible diction too. She's very good with. Yeah, she should do voiceovers. She should.
Yes,
she really should.
Absolutely.
Is she still putting out records, or is she like focusing on acting now?
Well, the last thing I've heard, she was doing a show on BET Plus or something like. I've got the name of the show, but I think she was just she was acting. But I mean, I think because of the whole pandemic or whatnot, a lot of artists is just trying to find different avenues to do that because depending on certain situations, I guess music is not high priority or whatever. But it's like I said, and I've been saying this since the pandemic hit or whatever. I was telling people, don't let this pandemic have you slacking because what's going to happen, you know what I'm saying? And I already saw this cover. They're going to come with a vaccine and they're going to have it set up to, even now, like it's to the point to where even when the world goes back somewhat to normal, even to do some of these shows, you got to have that vaccination card.
I can see that.
So that's to the point. Okay, you got your ID. Which vaccination card? Boom. Okay, but so it's like, because the more these vaccines roll out, more rules are being implemented into play as far as venues and how many people you can have in the venue and stuff like that. But I was saying last year, like right now is a good time to, whether it's writing or getting your website together or getting your business together in general. Now is the time because what's going to happen when the word gets out that the world is reopened, the hungriest is going to eat. And that's all I'm going to say.
You're right about that. You're right. The hungriest
is going to eat because all of those, whatever venue is left when we reopen, those going to be packed. Those will be packed because...
You think so? I got a feeling that it won't be packed right away.
Not right away. But it's going to get there because, again, it's like I said earlier, people want to get out of the house. They need some type of escapism, if that's the word. But they just... People miss the regular being entertained live. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know I do.
Yeah, like you said, you want the shows back. I want the shows back. So it's just going about it safely and doing it the right way. So, but even that, it's like it's at a standstill right now. But just more about when the world reopen, just be ready. Just be ready.
I want to say it's a handful of venues out there that are actually putting on shows. I want to say the Bee Kitchen. I think they're doing a handful of shows. I want to say there's this venue called, what's it called again? I can't think of the name of it for some reason. I'm just blacked out. But it's a couple. But I don't know if they're doing probably minimum capacity type situations.
Right. Yeah.
Live streams.
And even with that or whatever, live streams are here to stay because I said it probably next year or whatever, even with, these big companies like Live Nation or whatever, they're going to start implementing virtual concerts where, if you can't get there physically, we have virtual concerts set up, $30 a pop or something like that. So even with that, virtual concerts are here to stay. And I believe from a business perspective, most of these, like you said, like the Beat Kitchen and some of these other venues or whatnot, they're going to start implementing live shows, maybe from their private website or they partner with a live streaming company or whatever. It's like, we got a show at 7:00 featuring these artists from Chicago. You can log in for $10 and you can see it. So I can see that. So I'm just thinking ahead, but I definitely see the business going in that direction because the virtual is here to stay. Virtual is here to stay. If you can make it live to a live show, great. You can't make it, pay your little entry fee right here, log on. So.
And I mean, we talked about this with Will about doing a virtual show like that, but I'm like, I don't know, man. It's kind of hit or miss. Like, where you gonna go? How you gonna set it up? But
yeah. But even because again, it's like live shows are here to stay. But even if it's live shows, virtual shows, or you pre-record it and then put it on the website or something like that, it just makes sure all the pieces everything comes into play correctly as far as the sound, the visuals, and stuff like that. Because I was talking to one of my guys the other day about how musicians record themselves, whether it's singing, recording themselves, playing an instrument or whatnot. People love quality. They want that quality. So
I was just thinking, if you do something like that, it should almost be like a concert film.
Yes, absolutely.
Well done.
I agree.
Good sound.
Yes.
Well edited. Great lighting, you know what I'm saying? It should be. It should have production value. You know what I mean?
Yes. Boom. Yeah. That's it. So it could be done, but I truly say the production value has to be on point. Your visuals and your sound and all that has to be top notch.
Yeah, Absolutely.
So
but that cost, and it's like if you always want to be able to at least break even on these kind of things. You don't want to just spend a whole lot of money on something nobody's going to watch or pay for.
But God, but again, God bless technology, because this is just on some nerd stuff. There's a company that has a product called iRig, and this product is where. So let's just say, okay, Black Dot Radio is going to do a virtual concert. This product can patch into the actual board that's being recorded on.
Okay.
And it can last. So you got your like if you're using like a Canon or Nikon or whatever, you patch it to that camera, take the feed from the mixer, and everything runs to that iRig, and that shoots directly to it. If you go on Instagram Live or Facebook Live, all of that feed goes straight to the camera. I mean, whatever camera that you're using.
Oh.
So, like I said, there are ways to do it that's cost effective. It's just making sure everything else is up to par. Because again, like as far as 4K video, most iPhones give you that, and then as far as mixers, digital, it's like 16 channel or whatever. Like I said, I'm going off. It can be done.
I hear what you're saying. I've thought about it a lot. Like when all of this gets when things open back up, or maybe maybe if we do another fest, we're gonna put it for prosperity. And if we do, we're gonna do it that way. But we're gonna do it with production value.
I'm gonna say this. 2022.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 2022. So start brainstorming now.
I'm already thinking about some ideas and some stuff I want to do, man. You know what I mean?
2022, the return, yes.
The return? Yes. Black Dot Returns 2022?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. I like the way that sounds, man. I got some ideas, man, that I would love to try to put together, man. Should we do what was it the first time? Was it 7? Was it 7 bands? The original.
Oh my God! Let's see. Let's see, because I got a story about that. Let's see. Shout out to Baby Brother. Shout out to blah blah. Was it blah blah blah?
Blah blah blah.
Shout out to blah blah blah. Shout out to the Breathing Light.
Breathing Light.
Shout out to the Moses Gun. Shout out to Room 11. Who else? Who else was there? I can't remember.
Room 11. Leanna Eden. Jerome Holloway.
What's up, Miss Eden? What's going on?
Yeah. Shout out. Wait. There's one more. Is there? Their obligatory response now, but they were cotton seed back then.
Yes.
What's up, y'all? 8 or was that 7?
That's about 7, 8. About 7, 8. Yeah, because I remember blah 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 closed it out.
They closed it out, right?
But I'm gonna give you a little story time.
I want to hear. I love hearing stories about 2020.
I'm gonna give you a story time about that evening or whatnot. So mind you, but I'm saying, just first of all, just the fact that I played for 2 bands in one night, which is Baby Brother and Room 11, that was insane. But little did people know, I thought that my cymbal bag was stolen.
I remember hearing that story. Yeah.
So here's the thing. I believe. Shout out to Tim Lee, Baby Brother. He came and picked me up or whatnot, and you know what I'm saying. And mind you, I'm unloading my gear. And I'm thinking the whole time somebody stole my cymbal bag, right? So I'm going up there. I'm like, only a few people knew. I'm going up there. So the whole evening, I'm pissed. I am pissed because I was like, I have my cymbal bag in my hand. Now I can't find the shit. So I can't even use the cymbals that I want to. So now I'm at this event pissed off or whatever. So the whole time, and you would never know, because even with Baby Brother in Room 11, I was in my zone the whole damn time or whatnot. But that was just a little story. Like, yes, that whole evening, because I thought my cymbals were stolen, I was pissed off that whole night.
And you was playing hard.
Right. But here's the happy ending to that. My cymbals was behind my door when I got home. So
you left them at home.
I left them at home. So the whole time I think somebody walked off with my cymbals, they was behind my door the whole time when I got home. So I was like,
so you ended up using the backline cymbals.
I used the backline cymbals. Yes. Okay. Yes.
You didn't want to use them, but they worked. They were fine.
They worked. Yeah, they worked. So that's why story.
When I do shows like that, I love to already have a backline. If drummers want to bring cymbals, if people want to bring their gear, cool.
And it
just got so much time to set it up. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. The back line, especially if the gear is good, that works. So there's only certain things you can swap out or whatever and keep it going. But no, that back line worked. I was just heated because I didn't have my symbols that night.
I hear you. But that it worked because we had so many groups and we had so much time. We was trying to get in, and it's like everybody had like, I don't know if I gave us like maybe 5 or 10 minutes to set up.
To switch out or whatever. Yeah.
But it's like you don't need to set anything up. The drums are there, the gear is there, the amps are there. If you want to change the head, that's fine, but you got this much time to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but again, it's like having good gear on stage already. You ain't gotta do a lot of setting up because everything's set up already. It's just about okay, I'm gonna switch this out here, tune that here. All right, let's rock and roll or whatever.
Boom,
so
let's go.
But
in and out.
In and out. So that, I like shows like that. You ain't got to hold like 10 drums against the wall.
Right.
All of these pedal boards and guitars. I'm like, man, come on.
That takes too much time, man. We wanted to get it and keep it moving.
Absolutely. So that was definitely a perk that having gear already there, and you not having a whole bunch of drums and guitars and bass against the wall or whatever. You got to swap it. I'm like, no, so that worked. That worked.
I can't wait to do it again, man. I mean, it was
absolutely.
Times have changed, but do you think we could do it again? You think that we could really pull it off more than we did last time?
Because right now I got a few bands. I know that would be down for this or whatever. Of course, like I said, Alpina Noise will be down to do it. I'm sure. And then my guy, but there's so many in my brain, but trust me, it's cats in Chicago that I know that would be down. That know I'll be down for this. So, but it's like me personally, I'm saying 2022. So I'm brainstorming now, and then probably about January or whatever. If you got something ready, like something burst from that, put it out there. You know,
it should be like what's that big festival that everybody play? Coachella. It should be like Coachella, man. I used to think I wanted to be like Lollapalooza, but now it's like more like Coachella, I guess, which I've never been to, but. Coachella, black ass Coachella, you know.
So
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm gonna let you know right now. If you put it out, if you put it out in the universe, if one day you just go on Facebook or whatever, just say Black Dot Music Festival returns. Don't even give them a date yet. Just put an atmosphere. See how it go.
Okay. All right.
Or just say like the return, and then have a little small font. Black Dot Music Festival. See what happens. Let's see what happens.
You think people will bite on it?
They might get a little nub.
You know what? Since you put that on my mind, and 2022, I think it's time to really start plotting and planning on for something like that.
Absolutely.
Something big. You know, it would have to be something big, and we bring like the whole Black rock community, not just Chicago, but the whole thing as a whole together.
Absolutely.
And we can make that happen.
And if we do it, we got to do it outside. We got to do it like a festival or something.
I'm with that. Only thing is I'm always so scared of the conditions, bro.
I know.
Chicago is so one day is beautiful, and then it could snow in January. I mean, or in June sometime.
You got time. You got time to where, because again, it's like you want to have first of all the space. First of all, and then So start brainstorming now.
What we got to do is find a good venue, find some people who want to financially support, because that's going to be a major thing. Because I want if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it huge. You know, I mean, not huge, but I want to do it big. You know what I mean?
Right.
And hopefully by then everybody be vaccinated. We can come together and everybody can hug each other. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It'll be like a family reunion. You know?
Right. Exactly. And that's the theme, reunion. You know what I'm saying? The return, reunion. You know what I'm saying?
We haven't done one since 2014? That was the last one I did at the Promontory.
Yeah. But nobody
was there. It was a great show. It was a great show.
It was a great show. But I think now, because the whole pandemic and stuff like that, people are hungry to get back to playing.
Yeah.
It's a strong. I'm confident next year. I'm confident people gonna show up for this, because people ready to get back. People ready to get back to that normalcy.
Ready. I'm thinking I don't know if you ever heard of this thing called the DZ Fest. It's like this record label that's here in Chicago called DZ, and they used to have a festival out in the suburbs, and it was an outdoor like Lollapalooza type situation.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of them. I've heard.
It's pretty cool. I was like, I wonder if they let me borrow their space if we do a show.
Right. Hey, dude,
it was outdoors, 2 stages. It was pretty awesome. But they whole team were all sound engineers and producers and stuff like that. So I mean, they knew what they were doing,
Right, absolutely. And it was
awesome.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
We'll see. We're gonna put some stuff together, man. Start making it work.
2022.
2022.
Yes,
Summer
sir.
2022.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The deuces.
Because if you do it, I'm down. I'm down. I'm down.
Okay. It's going to be a lot of people down. A lot of things have changed, though, man. Like, there is no Room 11 anymore. I mean, I know TV's still doing this thing, right?
Yeah, it's some bands left. It's some bands left. It's some bands left, and it's some new bands. It's some new bands that's making noise right now. So, like, yeah. So just trust me, finding bands ain't gonna be the problem. that ain't gonna be no problem.
It's finding the audience. That's always been the problem, But we'll make it work.
Right. Absolutely.
So what else, man? What else is you got going, man? Like, when you getting ready to put out some, your own project pretty soon?
So as of right now, of course, I'll just go through the things that's going on right now.
All right.
Of course, Alpina Noise Bastards is out right now on all streaming platforms. Go to Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, all your streaming platforms and whatnot. And as far as To Groove You, I have a song called Leo Day. And that's more like my dedication to the back in the day you had the birthday song of WGCI. So So that was more of my showing my love letter to that. So Leo Day by To Groove You is on YouTube and streaming platforms right now. So I have that song out now, and then some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just stay tuned.
All right. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving the Bastards, man. I've been loving. I love the work you did with the Circle View. Everything, man.
Love you. Yeah. Love You is hard. That's the song that I played with. Shout out to the Circle View. Shout out to those guys.
You still working with them?
I work. Here's the thing. Even though I have my own band or whatever, I still work with, T. Lee. I still work with the Circle View. It's a lot of people that if they call me and say, "Hey, yo, Keith, I need a drummer," or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm available or whatnot. But it's just more. I'm at this point where for me, I'm just building my brand or whatnot. But that's not to say that I want to work with those guys again. It's just I had to prioritize what's going to, keep me afloat as far as me doing, because I got to the point to where if I'm going to continue doing this music thing, I gotta be my own boss. So now it's going from, okay, I'm playing for you to now working with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just more of a personal gratification with me. It's where it's like, okay, let me build mine so I can share with others. So that's where I'm at. So, but yeah, I'm still working. You know what I'm saying? If baby brother called me, I'm there. If you need me to fill in or whatever, I don't right rock and roll. So
you actually did some stuff with Carolyn too from thing with baby brother. Now she's doing her own thing now. So I need to get her on the show too.
Absolutely. So y'all produced I'm saying that, and that's why I said another thing about becoming, because I've been saying more than a drummer as a hashtag for years now. So that's just more of me stepping out to more of a production role. So I work with a few songs. She got 2 songs rocking right now that I've done drum production on. So so that's just me lending my drum ear to some of the songs that she's putting in. But again, it's just me more about expanding my horizon of being just the guy that's just doing this. So I'm stepping into my songwriting, stepping into my production, stepping into, just collabing with, some other singers and stuff. Because again, what most people don't know, I started off singing in the choir as a kid.
Right on.
So that's how I got my musical ear. And then I started off playing, the little tambourine or whatever. That's how I developed my rhythm. And then by the age of 11, I played in the church service for the first time. And that's how that passion kicked off. So it's just like Shrek. It's layers, man. I'm like, it's layers to me. Like
Right on.
I tell people don't never box me in because, just because you think I play drums, don't think that's all I can do. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right on. Well, awesome, man. I mean, man, continue success, man. Keep doing your thing. Keep putting out hot music and doing your own thing.
More to come. Absolutely.
Keep on your health tip, man. Drink your water.
Absolutely.
Start making life changes because you got a lot to give, man. And you need to stay here because we want to
appreciate it, man.
I want to continue to see you grow and flourish into the person that you're reaching to get, man. That musical summit. You know what I mean? You haven't got there yet. You're gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see that happen.
Even now, it's like this is just phase one. This is phase one, based on what I'm destined to do. So I told, you know what I'm saying? Like, even by the grace of God, I was able to play drums for all these years. I'm just getting started.
Right.
I'm just getting started. And you that growth, you gonna see it.
Oh yeah. I've already seen it, man. But 2022 to Groove You has got to be playing at the fest, man. Come on.
Absolutely.
You gotta be there. Lean and mean.
No problem. No problem.
All right,
that
man.
is not a problem.
All right, everybody
Absolutely.
good though.
Absolutely.
Everybody good. You still keep in contact with Pastor Funk, please, and all of them.
Oh yeah, all of them. Like everybody on Facebook now. So it's like I'm saying, I keep in contact with all them cats or whatnot. So yeah, everybody good. Everybody, again, it's more just about trying to find that peaceful space during this quarantine time and this pandemic or whatnot. But yeah, I'm like Facebook all day, just in comments.
I've been on like a Facebook diet, man. I try not to be on there as much, but I do my little research and stuff, you try not
to allow social media to just be, that's all that you do, even with me or whatever, because people like, they keep you on your Facebook all the time. Not really. You just see my light on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, just because I said my light be on too, because I don't know how to turn it off sometimes, but I log out of Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, you have to detach from social media, because what I'm seeing right now, like, because some people, that's all that they have right now. It's just 24/7. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Thumb thugging and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, you guys do know you have a life outside of social media.
Or do you have a life outside of social media? That's the question, right?
Do you have a life outside of social media? Because, just some of the attractive stuff that I'll say, you know what I'm saying, going tit for tat online and people getting into fights and shooting out because such said something like, if you log off, that's it. Just log off.
That's why I came up with this thing called #Nope.
Yeah.
It's like basically like, nah, I'm good. I don't have to engage on this. Why?
Absolutely.
So it's like #nope. So if you ever see something I post and I'm like #nope, that's like, seems like, it's like somebody's trying to fish for a fight and I'm like, nah.
But
nope,
right. #nope, blocked, #block party, know what I'm saying, deuces. Like I said, I'll put up
#red pill.
Right, exactly.
Are you on that red pill business? I was going to ask you about that.
You something that, because all that, like, as I'm saying, social media is supposed to be a place where you can be social, but not entertain all of the drama and clout chasing that's going on. Oh my God. I'll get down like that.
Huge thing now that everybody wants attention, man. It's like calm your ass down.
Look at me.
I'm not doing anything, but look at me.
No, I'm not gonna look at you. It did get mad because you ain't looking at them. I'm like, log off.
Nope.
Right.
Nope. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm out.
Right. And if they want to block you, okay, bye.
Goodbye. I'm good. What I just love doing is I snooze people.
Yeah.
You know how you can snooze somebody for 30 days and putting up some bogus shit?
Brother Ed, it's your inner peace is important, man.
Yeah.
You got to protect that. You got to protect that, because you let toxic, you know what I'm saying, stuff get in your system or whatever, it just throw your whole vibe off. So it's like protect your inner peace. That's what I'm at. That's what I'm at.
And once I get to a point where something on this computer is making me emote in some kind of way, it's like, nah. Yeah. Turn that crap off.
Right. Absolutely.
Turn it off. I don't need it. I'm out.
Inner peace is priority, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
#nope.
Right.
Nope. Right. I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely right.
Go read a book, go ride my bike, do something. You know what I'm saying? Go take a walk, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that drama in my life, period.
At all. And most people just follow that #nope. and cut out all that toxic. All that toxic stuff, all that drama, all that negativity, y'all will live a better life, man. And just going back to, speaking about, health or whatnot, I'm saying? Mental health that's priority right now, especially within the Black community or whatever. It's because people you need to lose weight and you need to stop drinking. But again, it starts with the mental.
Right.
You have to get mentally healthy in order to be physically healthy.
Right.
So it starts here. It starts here. When the mental is healthy, then the rest will follow being physically healthy. So
it starts with the choices. It starts with the choices. And then, like I was saying, like once you make a conscious choice, like, you know what? I'm not going to have that cafe latte or whatever, that mocha latte full of sugar coffee. And you make that choice and you feel good about it. And you say, I can make that choice again with no problem.
Yes.
That's the first step. Yeah.
And be at peace with it.
Be happy with it. Hell, be at peace. My ass, be happy as hell.
Right.
Like, I made a good choice today.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I drank a gallon of water today. You know what I'm saying? It's the stuff, those little things are the little things that build you up to bigger and better things.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it starts with the choices.
Yes.
I'm not going to eat KFC today. I'm going to get a salad or whatever.
Right.
I'm going to stop eating fast food. You make those choices and it's conscious because it'll be easier for you to make that choice. Because I want to,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Bro. And you can do it. It's going to happen because 22,
22, baby.
Going to be there. You're going to be playing, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Happen, bro.
Yes,
Baby
sir.
steps, bro. Baby
Yes, sir.
steps.
That's it's like I say, it's we had a roadblock with the pandemic, but it's not over. It's not over.
No, it's not.
I truly feel the reset button has been hit. Let's get back to it. That's where we at.
I got to find a way to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
I got to find a way to get vaccinated. I've been trying to find sites or whatever. I guess I'm gonna just have to do get a shot, wait a month, get another shot. I guess I'm just gonna have to do that. Yeah,
well, according to your president, shout Joe Biden or whatever, he said this is what he said now. He said by the top of May, probably April 19th, it'll be open to everybody under 18, over 18 to get vaccinated. But it's just like you said, just finding the place like the clinics or the hospitals or whoever that will administer the vaccines or whatnot. So
I think probably end up going to like a Walgreens or something like that and get one.
And again, shout out to the people that get vaccinated. Shout out to the people who don't get vaccinated. Okay, whatever your preference is or whatnot. But I know, as for me and mine, I got stuff to do. And again, whatever your reasoning is for getting the vaccination or not getting it, don't ridicule others because they did it or not do it. You know what I'm saying? If that's your personal choice, that's your personal choice. And that should be it, but don't ridicule others because they didn't follow, what you're doing or whatnot. So,
yeah.
And people got that bad, you know what I'm saying? You get vaccinated, I can rock. This is the simplest stuff or whatever. It's like, we got to get back to the points where we can agree or disagree. We can agree to disagree.
Right. And not completely cancel somebody or be like, I can't talk to this person or they are a bad person because they don't agree with me. It's like, no, dude. We just have different views. We ain't got to hate each other because we don't see things the same way.
And when you agree to disagree, the respect is there. It's like, okay, I don't agree with you on this topic or this situation, but because I still respect you, you know what I'm saying, I'll be cool with that. Okay, that's just your stance on it. All right, cool. But because I respect you, you know what I'm saying, I can agree to disagree with you. But you just got people, you don't agree with what I agree with? All right, forget you. It's like, okay.
You get people that get mad because they think you did or said something. It's like, dude, I ain't say that. That ain't in my heart. But they're going to get mad and then they're going to put you on blast for whatever reason. It's like, come on, that ain't cool, man. That ain't professional, you know?
So, the world just need healing. The world needs healing. So
it does. It
does. Something. Some couch time, talk to doctors, lay on the couch, do something.
Do something, but do it positive. And if you ain't gonna bother nobody, don't bother nobody. And that's it. Just mind your business, leave everybody alone. That's it.
There you go.
That's it, man. All right, bro. I'm gonna let you go. I know you got things that you got to do, and
I appreciate that.
I got a lot of time on my hands. I gotta get ready to edit this video and put it out.
Okay.
And yeah, man. So continue success, man. I'm gonna try to have this edited down so I can have it put out by Sunday sometime.
Okay.
So
all right, wonderful.
So yo, man, just thanks again for chiming in with me, man. I'm trying to keep this whole Black Dot Radio thing moving.
Yeah, and, keep it alive, man. Keep it because
I'm trying.
It's artists that trust me that they need your platform.
Right on.
There's artists out here, there's groups out here. They need the Black Dot Radio movement.
I'm trying to keep it moving. Trying to keep it moving. So
I just want to encourage you, brother Ed, that keep Black Dot Radio alive because it's needed. It's needed.
All right, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. And I'm gonna keep it moving. As soon as you get music put out, man, you send it to me. It'll be in rotation. No
absolutely.
Doubt.
Appreciate you.
No doubt.
Appreciate you, Ed.
I appreciate you too, man. So take care of yourself. Peace and love. Stay healthy. Stay well, and keep on rocking, brother.
All right. Salute.
All right, brother. Take it easy,
peace.
man. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks for listening to the Ones to Watch podcast brought to you by Audacy.com. Go to Audacy.com right now to download your favorite podcasts, radio stations, and shows, entertainment and sports. Everything you need under one umbrella. Audacy.com and Black Dot Radio. Visit blackdotradio.com for more information on artists and archive shows. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.